Hello friends, my name is Onyango James. I'm a Cisco instructor. Here we are at Interconnect Solutions Limited, an IT resource center and the IT specialists within the city. Here at Interconnect Solutions Limited, located at Shibuye, along Salama Munyenyo Road on Dagre House, Level 1. We do have different hands-on training on different courses. Like for example, here I'm going to discuss about the pure practical hands-on training on the new Cisco Ccna course. In this particular course, we are going to discuss a brief introduction on some of the topics that has been put across it. Now here, when you look at the board over here, we have got a subheading, the new Cisco Ccna version 7 200-301-2020. So what happens is that this new Cisco Ccna course, it has got major topics that has been put onto it. Among these major topics, I'm going to explain them briefly. The first one is what called network fundamentals. Now within network fundamentals, here it's where we talk about different network devices such as the routers, switches, modems, wireless access points. We talk about devices such as cables. We talk about other services such as TCP and UDP, IP version 4 and IP version 6, among others. So within network fundamentals, we shall briefly talk about all such. Then the second one, we have what called IP connectivity. Within IP connectivity, here it's so we shall talk about what called IP routing, ISPF version 2, among different routing protocols that shall be discussed on. Then number C, we have what called IP services. Within the IP services, we have what called NTP, there is DHCP, there is quality of service, there is SNMP. Then besides that, the next major topic that we have here is what called security fundamentals. This will basically introduce you to the world of securing different networks. Now within security fundamentals, we shall talk about what called VPNs, we shall talk about wireless security. Then on local area network, we shall briefly talk about what called port security using different technologies. Then the next topic here is what called network access. Within network access, here we shall talk about VLANs and trunking. There's what called Etherchannel, among others. Then besides that, we also have what called automation and programmability. Now, this is where we shall talk about REST APIs. We shall talk about Puppet. There is what called Chef. Then we have what called JSON. Then SDN, among others. All these shall be looked at under automation and programmability. So that's a brief background on these topics that has been integrated on this new CCNA. Then the other thing that I would like to explain is that when you look at the entire CCNA 2020, it has been categorized into 3. Now you realize that version 6 and below, we had what called CCNA1, there was CCNA2, CCNA3, CCNA4. Now the first one, of course, it used to be Introduction to Networks, and the second one was Routing and Switching Essentials. The third one was Scaling Networks. Then the fourth one was that was CCNA4. It was all about connecting to networks. But here on the new CCNA version 7, we basically have these 3. Among these 3, we have what called Introduction to Networks. It shares the same name like version 6 and below, Introduction to Networks. Then the second one, we have what called Switching, Routing and Wireless Essentials. Then the next one is what called Enterprise Networking, Security and Automation. Meaning these are the 3 levels that has been put on the new CCNA 2020. But version 6 and below, we had 4 levels. But here, we're going to have 3 levels. Meaning, we shall be having 3 certificates when we are done with all the modules per each level. Now, that is briefly concerning the new CCNA 2020. Now, for more detailed information concerning this, I truly welcome you at Interconnect Solutions Limited, where we purely train students using practical devices. If I may take you briefly on our lab over here, we have this lab bundle. These are the different network devices that we do have over here. Now briefly, if I may just try to take you through it. Now, these 3 devices on top, these are what called routers. Okay? Now these routers, they have got different interfaces on them. We have this, it's called a serial interface on this first router. Then this one is called Ethernet interface. We have console interface. There is aux interface, among others. Now, the next device that we have over here, we have what called switches. Switches, these are central devices that facilitates communication among different devices within a local area network. So, among other different devices that we do use for our hands-on training. So here we have got also other cables, different types of cables. Like when you look at this one, this is what we call a serial cable. It's used to connect a router back to back using serial ports or interfaces. Now this other interface here, it's called a console interface. Now this interface is for configuration purpose using this type of cable called console cable. When you come over here, this is what's called a console cable. We use it for configuration purposes. Whenever we like to make some configuration and to the device, like you can see, while configuring this switch, I connect the console cable to a console port, then this other side connected to the computer. So that's briefly on a console interface. Now when I get back this side on these other different types of cables, we have what called UTP cables. On the UTP cables, they are categorized into different modes. We have what called crossover cables, which is used to connect devices with the same pin numbering, or devices which are similar in the network. For example, when you are connecting a computer to a computer or a switch to a switch, we use crossover cables. Now the next one, we have this one, it's called a straight through cable. This one connects devices with a different pin numbering. But however, nowadays Cisco has started manufacturing their devices in that they are compatible with both crossover and straight through cables. Why? Because their interfaces has what called auto sensing feature, whereby the device can connect using either crossover cable or straight through cable. Taking an example, if you are connecting a switch to a computer, in a traditional technology, you are supposed to use a straight through cable. But if you have a switch that has got auto sensing feature, which is a new feature on Ethernet or fast Ethernet or gigabyte Ethernet ports of Cisco devices, if such ports has got auto sensing feature, a device can connect using either crossover or straight through cable to any device without any limitation. So that is briefly on these particular devices. Friends, I welcome you. In case you like to get much information, more experience in as far as configuring Cisco devices is concerned, I humbly welcome you at Interconnect Solutions Limited, an IT Resource Center. We are located along Salama Munyonyi Road on Dagri House, Level 1. Now, I have got another good news for you, in that here at Interconnect Solutions Limited, we are in the process of establishing a testing center. A testing center, what do I mean? We shall be having a system whereby different instructors, different students can come over to certify their different courses, either in CCNA, either in CCNP, either in CCIE, either in IT Essentials. Which course would you like to certify? Here at Interconnect Solutions Limited, we are in the process of setting up a testing center whereby you'll be capable of coming to do your exams from here. At the end of the night, if you pass your exams, you get certified. We shall be very happy to welcome you. Another good news that I have, here at Interconnect Solutions Limited, we can give you access to do online courses. Any kind of online course you'd like to do, you can always come and register with us and do such online courses. Because you have got a very good internet that will enable you go through the studies of any online course. You simply come, you register with us, we discuss about it, then you can start doing your online courses using different platforms. We shall be very happy to welcome you in the arena of technology here at Interconnect as Solutions Limited. My telephone number is 0700 12 28 08 or 0779 96 65 83, or you can kindly email us at Cisco Expert Interconnect 2018 at gmail.com. I repeat, you can email us at Cisco Expert Interconnect 2018@gmail.com, or you can kindly visit our website at interconnectsolutionsLimited.pec. Thank you so much for viewing, and I'll be glad to get in touch with you. Thank you.